Hello everyone and welcome to the second episode in the Farleigh Park series. Now I will say it's been a while since the first one, and I think what I want to be doing is the episodes will be a bit more like spaced out, but if you catch the live streams, that's how you get the most up-to-date information. People who watched my most recent live stream would have seen everything pretty much that I'm going to be showing off in this video that's happened since the last episode. So yeah, without further ado, we're starting here in Buccaneers Bay. Been a few changes. First of all, I've added some black and white bunting around the area, just because I saw that they did this at Muesli Bay at Alton Towers, and I think it looks pretty cool there. So I've decided to put a few bits of that around here. As well as that, if we head over into the Shipwrecked Ride area, I've started doing some of the theming. So yeah, there's obviously this whole cliff here. Not quite remember how much was done in the previous episode, but out here I've started putting in some of the theming. You can see it going around just there. But yeah, so this kind of vibe will be continuing around this section of the ride area. This will just be some foliage, and then around here my plan is to put a large kind of castle thing, as the sign says. Moving on to some other smaller changes. Round in the runaway train area, I've just been doing some foliage. Now, a recent change for those who watch the live streams, they haven't seen this one. I've removed quite a bit of the foliage that was here in the last time I've shown this off on a live stream. I thought there was just too much greenery, so now I've scaled it back a bit and I'm much happier with how it looks. As well as that, I've got built a couple of like wooden structures around the tunnels. There's one there, and another larger one kind of round here with like lanterns hanging down and bits and stuff on the posts. As well as that, around the tunnel entrances I've put these pieces, and so yeah, this is definitely coming along. Still a bit more work to do with the queue line and this half of the ride area, but once that's done I can officially say that Storm Valley is complete. And you can also see around here that I've done some more foliage, although yes, I need to finish up this unit. It's almost there. Anyway, moving on, let's head to the gardens, which has probably had the largest update. I think in the last episode the rides were in, but there was no theming whatsoever, and now two of the rides are fully themed and there's more stuff going on around the place. So let's start over here with the, I haven't got a name for it yet, but it's just the Ferris wheel. Still got to come up with something to call this, not quite sure yet. I've gone through seeing where the guests go, and kind of putting in foliage where they don't. So now, even though you can see the edges of the pad, they kind of go up to like round here, along this way, and around the back here. I've covered that all up with foliage, so now it just looks more integrated in here. As well as that, we have the junior coaster, which is called Grove Explorer. This has been fully themed up around here with lots of rocks and foliage. Get a nice view over at the log flume, which isn't finished yet. And yeah, you get a nice view of the ride up here. And yeah, I've kind of kept it mostly trees and bushes, no flowers, but I've got a little water feature around here, which I'm quite a big fan of how it's turned out. And yeah, station, not much going on inside, just a lot of greenery, ride name, storage facilities, and the operator's cabin back here. And then yeah, when you exit the ride, you head down the stairs, and there is an on-ride photo camera that I've added, so you can come here and get your photos. And then yeah, we've also got the queue line for this flat ride. The rides still need names, so this one I think I'm just going to call it the Farleigh Wheel, but if you guys could comment names for these three ones, that would be awesome. So yeah, moving on to the log flume, we have this nice little view of the splash. And of course I've put the splash zone signs in here. I had quite a lot of fun making these out of the art shapes. And of course around here just some seating and some nice flowers. And we move on here, we got the pizza unit, and there's also, where are the other ones? Around here we also have a hot dog place and a milkshake stand. So there's a few kind of nice little food units there. Obviously got a toilet block as well. The area is basically self-sustaining. It has everything it needs. If we head round here, we get to the garden racetrack, which is why I decided to theme the car ride around. So as you walk around here, you're going through the gardens again. Cut through all the foliage to the front of the queue, and then really put some work into the theming around here. Got with the tarmac and the wheels and the cones and the road markings as arrows and stuff. Got some nice signs. I'll also put a cool theme sign here, as well as race control being the operator's cabin. I also put these signs on a couple of the rides where there's no restraint, so yep, they're up there for like realism purposes. And yeah, you've also got like the shutters and stuff on each side because it is the garage. And around the back here you have like the finish line, and yeah, it kind of wanders along around the gardens. That's the idea. Got some turns, got some height variation with some cool lighting archways. Around here haven't quite finished the theming because there's the path obviously, but there's some nice flower beds, there's the lake that you go over, there's this roller coaster flower pattern, and a few other flowers around here, and then it kind of returns back round to the station. We'll take a look at everything at night after going through everything else. So next up we're going to do a smaller thing. We'll head round here to the city area, which was previously going to be just the Giga, but I basically pulled in this old layout that I had that I didn't have anything to do with. So it's a huge spaghetti bowl indoor roller coaster. Still got to work on the theming and some of the queue line. I've started doing the base part of the queue line for these couple of sections around here. It is quite a large cattle pen. And yeah, it's got some pretty cool features like coming out of the balcony here, ups and downs and backs and forths and stuff like that. There's also a restaurant, and the only building of the area that's actually not this castle wall. I've also got this nice kind of paving down here, and there'll be like benches and stuff everywhere, and some cool building facades. This will be a cinema. And yeah, so let's take a ride on, it's currently called The Great Escape, the ride, the idea of it being themed after a film, an IP ride. So we'll pause it just there and we'll go for a ride now. So yeah, that was The Great Escape, the ride. In terms of realism, you obviously have the transfer track here, and this has enough space to store all of the trains. There are 6 on here, and we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if the 6 trains are also out of service, then it will just be stored in the station. But yes, it drops down here, and it has loads of launches, all completely custom. And yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. It's got all the exit points and evacuation points that all kind of make sense. So we have like these ones here go up to the main brake run catwalk back to the station, but then a couple of the other ones would, because I've had to sync it down thanks to the lighting engine, a couple of the other ones kind of come out in like these buildings. So you can see one of the exits would be right here, and then I need to build the other one kind of around here somewhere. So that would be something to do once I'm doing more of the queue line and stuff like that. So yeah, the Giga will be the other ride in this area, and I've started putting in kind of just the drive tyres and the brakes and everything around here. So you'll come out the station into the giant lift hill. What am I saying it's a Giga? It's a hyper coaster. We have the bank, like this brake run that kind of goes into the slope, comes down here. This will be the transfer track, and this will be the maintenance shed. So there'll be like one maintenance area for the 2 rides. So yeah, that's the city area. It will kind of be like a city street kind of coming through here with lots of shops and stuff. I think the entrance for the hyper will be here somewhere, and the queue line will kind of wrap around the back of these buildings and eventually go under the station and up to the ride, with the exit kind of coming off here and down out through here. Yeah, moving on, there's another whole new area, which is the adventure area. So it currently has the dive coaster. The idea behind this one, it's only built 2 years after Oblivion, so very simple. It's got the big drop and then a couple more elements, including an inversion, which I had quite a bit of fun making, and it goes straight over the queue line as well. But yeah, I've been enjoying theming this one up. We've got like some statues and rocks and ruined things and scaffolding. The idea here being that it's like you're an archaeological dig. You enter the temple, which kind of been working on. And then I haven't got that far yet. Yeah, you got the transfer track here, so literally just out the station it would cross over here and round into the maintenance building, which can store all 3 trains, and that just connects out here. There'll be 3 entrances, so one here, one down here and one there. And I've started planning out some of the buildings around this area. I was thinking I might put a cool kind of centerpiece here above whatever building I put here, so as I like enter the area there's something cool. There's this flat ride. I think I can theme it up with some of the in-games like plane pieces and stuff. And then I haven't built it yet, but there will be a spinning coaster kind of along this area, maybe heading back a bit there. Yeah, there's also this bit of theming around here where the dive coaster comes out of the tunnel. And it's a bit slow through the final 2 elements, but I do like the way it rolls, and I even have a triggered effect here on the drop, which you should be able to see in a moment. So the smoke coming out of the tunnel there, which I'm quite happy with. And if we just head over here, we'll get to see it kind of run through the inversion. You can see the next train's already going, so nice and high capacity on this. Yeah, really happy with how it came out. And yeah, so still working on the theming. I've done kind of this section of the queue line and this section here kind of heading up towards into the station. And I've also done some work on the queue line fencing, which is completely custom. There's 2 different designs. There's the inside fence and the outside fence that has these torches on it. And yeah, it's really nice atmosphere with the music and everything whilst in the queue line that I'm quite happy with. Moving on, let's head around to Outpost 5, which is where the invert is. This has had a lot of work. Literally the past week I've finished up the 2 flat rides in here, and this area is now very close to being completely done. So if we enter here now, we've got the higher fences, and we can look down onto the top spin. We'll head there in just a second. The first ride you come across is Project Collider, and that you enter through here, and there's the queue line. You can also see there was something in here. There's lots of computers and like electronics and cargo crates and fences, but as you can see it's been left for quite a while. It's all been overgrown, there's like branches and stuff, everything's kind of falling around. This robot's fallen on its side. Around the back here there's like fences that have fallen over, the lampposts are all kind of falling around as well. And so yeah, quite happy with just the theming on this one. Didn't want to go too over the top with it. I'm quite happy with how it has turned out. Also a fan of the entrance sign just here. So yeah, this is now fully themed all the way around, so that ride is complete. Moving through the area, we have the benches and everything for people to eat. We've got the outpost canteen. Right over here we've got like the cameras and the lighting, and just kind of bits of rope, and of course everything's very overgrown and kind of very dirty. And then over here we've got Phantom and Shadow. We'll head to Shadow first. This is the top spin. You can see one of the custom queue time boards that I've been working on here as well. There's also one over on Phantom. And I'll also show you the few other ones after you've looked at this area. Here you kind of come down here. You can see it there, and you head down into the queue line. This is a nice little cut through. I thought the park might have to cut off a giant cattle pen around the back here. And then there's also some music. Hopefully you can hear it. Not quite sure how well you can hear it. It's a bit quiet, but it adds to the atmosphere. And then in terms of the actual ride area itself, I've got some like ivies and stuff that's kind of being overgrown. So there's plants kind of breaching the fences. Obviously got the realism with the keep out fencing. I have covered up the actual operator's cabin with just some concrete and like some antennas and stuff. And round here is my fake one. Not quite sure if there's anything else we need to put in here, but for realism's purposes it works. And that kind of has an angle on the side here as well. And then yeah, you kind of exit up around the path here, and you're back up into the plaza. And now we're going to head through the Phantom queue line, which does have quite a few lighting effects, so I'll have a look at this one again at night at the end of the video. But yeah, I've also added in these custom quick queue signs. I've made these out with some beams here, and you also got the arrows. So on the rides that have this, it's on the like the entrance portal, so you know that the ride has it, and then here it has arrows and stuff. Anyway, I'll also turn up the sound for this, so I've put some music all around the queue line. You come around here and you start making your way up the hill. You get into the first building, which these are still unthemed. You continue heading up the hill into the second building that has like a radar on it. Again, unthemed at the moment. Then you head over the bridge and you get to see the ride. And then you head down this way to the third building. This will be like a bit of a rolling pre-show along the back here. Then you continue heading back down here. This has all been themed up with some pretty nice views. And then you come around here. This is where the theming stops at the moment. I've still got to figure out how I want to do all of this. You can see the floating speakers. There's also a cool effect on the 0G roll, which you'll get to see in just a second. With the smoke there. I got inspiration from Nemesis Reborn up at Alton Towers to have it with the like drag the smoke out of the pit there. But yes, this area still needs some theming. I'm really happy with how the 0G roll is going now, because the in-game one is completely inaccurate. And so yeah, I've reprofiled it. Yeah, much happier with it. Now I can't remember if the updated layout was in the last video, so we're going to go for a ride on Phantom now that has the new layout, the updated one. You can also get a glimpse down there of the ride camera. So yeah, the station, not much in here yet. I have added in the row numbers and the operator's cabin like cladding around there, but I still need to detail it all up. So yeah, let's go for a ride on Phantom. So that was Phantom. You come down the exit here, we've got the photo booth and everything. And so that is Outpost 5. Now it is almost done actually, there's just part of Phantom's queue line left to do and to get the story going through there, as well as this single building in the plaza. So yeah, it's almost there. And next up we have the spooky area. This will be the entrance portal, there's also one on the other entrance. This was almost nothing in the last update. This will be, in the background, this will be the dark ride. And this is actually going to be the scare maze for the area, which I've got the queue line in now. That's how actually what we're doing today, is working on this queue line. Yeah, there'll be a maze building, emergency exit, main exit, and all of that stuff. And yeah, the wing coaster is done now. So it's called Raven's Wing. Has a very long queue line that kind of goes all the way around here and stuff. But in terms of what's done, there's the atmosphere here around the entrance, as well as just kind of like everything being dead and all the rocks and everything. There's like mini graveyards and some other bits of theming, like kind of these wooden crosses around. If we go over the bridge here, we can get to the staircase point, which is what I call it. You have the left side and the right side, and I think I've hidden the fact that this path kind of goes up pretty well with a rock outside here. But yeah, so there is the little effect that triggers here when the coaster passes into the brake run. This guy just pops out of the chair. Got the fake staircase heading over, got the archer for scale and everything. And then yeah, started putting in the station detailing with the spots and the row numbers and like covering up the default Planet Coaster stuff. Got the fake stairs leading up to what will be a fake operator's cabin. We've also got like lighting and stuff around here. Coming off the ride we have the flight photography unit, which has a section for both sides. They are different. It's not just the same thing rotated around, they are slightly different. But yeah, so that's progressing rather nicely. What's happened to the Sky Ride? It keeps stopping for some reason. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, this is the other entrance to the spooky area. Let's take a ride on the wing coaster. I'll go on the left and the right, so you can try out both sides. So yeah, that was Raven's Wing. Now unfortunately I did have to add a few trim breaks here and there just so it was taking these elements with a good amount of speed, but I'm quite happy with how fast it ends up going through the final barrel roll, and it is quite satisfying to watch it go through that element. In terms of the layout itself, it has this giant inversion going into the tilted loop, I think it's called, or incline loop, and then it goes into a Hyperia-esque stall. This has been really tricky to smooth out, so I'm quite happy with how it's ended up looking. Airtime hill, there is trimmed slightly so it doesn't take this turn too quickly. And it kind of goes up and down and turns around pretty quickly. One final trim just here before it heads round into that final barrel roll. And then yeah, obviously then hits the brakes. So yeah, that's what's happened since the last episode. Taking a look at the park at night, there are quite a few lighting effects. So we'll start off around here. You can see there's the torches kind of in the queue line helping to light that up. There's no lighting just yet in the city area. In terms of the gardens, we have the lighting around the track itself, around the garden racetrack, as well as some lighting around the queue line here for the roller coaster, but still not a lot of stuff around the rest of the area just yet, apart from the entrance signs that have this nice green glow. However, I do think that really this wouldn't be open at night too much, being a kids area, a bit like how CBeebies Land at Alton Towers closes like 2 hours before the rest of the park at Scarefest. I don't think anything has changed with the lighting around here, apart from a few bits around in the ride area for Shipwrecked. Same thing with the western area really, apart from the lift hill lighting on the Runaway Train. In terms of Raven's Wing, you can see the lighting in the station here. There's some nice lights illuminating the train, and these lights here help with like finding row numbers and stuff. But then also there is some nice purple lighting in the flight photography section, as well as lighting up the ride sign. Now if we move into Outpost 5, I've gone for a very harsh white. Because it is supposed to be an abandoned military base. I thought if it was too soft it would be quite a nice place. I didn't want to get that feeling. Project Collider has a bit of a blue tinge to the light there, kind of matching in with the ride vehicle colour, and then it just has more of those lights around here. I've got a really nice little lighting effect going on Shadow here with these red lights, and I'm quite happy with how that turned out. And of course there's also all the lighting in the queue line. In terms of Phantom, it has some purple and red lights illuminating the station, as well as there are about like 50 trigger points on the coaster itself that cause the light inside here to flash. That took a really long time to like get sorted. It's supposed to be going quite a few times. Not quite sure where the train is. Oh, it's just going through the loop, that's why. So yeah, and there's also the sparks kind of coming off the light every now and then. So yeah, quite happy with how the lighting is coming out. If we try and find a coaster about to go for its on-ride photo, you just saw it there with the wing coaster. There's also on-ride photos now for quite a lot of the coasters. There'll definitely be one for the dive. Not quite sure where to put it though. I think I'm going to put it here. Just kind of after that dip, because I can't really put it around here on the main drop. But yeah, so that is the park so far. Just want to say thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to catch the live streams, that's where you can find the most up-to-date progress of the park. But with that said, I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully shouldn't be in another 7 months. Should be not that long. But yeah, no promises. But yeah, if you liked it, please leave the video a like and subscribe if you want to see more episodes, as well as a bunch of theme park vlogs. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.